The newly released hostages are now spread between the different hospitals and will need a lot of medical attention in the coming weeks. And joining us now to hear more about it is Professor Hagai Levine. Hagai, so the first two groups of hostages have been released over the weekend. What do we know about their overall medical condition?
Well, of course, we want to keep their privacy, but I can tell you in general, from what they told the media and also from my communication with the families, that overall they are in a relatively on the good side and not the bad side. You know, we prepared for the worst and hope for the best. So, I mean, one of them will need probably an operation soon, and we saw her working with some help. But it's always amazing, and I met with some of the previous released hostages, the ability to recover and to sustain such horrible conditions in captivity. But I think that despite that, maybe on the surface things are not so bad, the recovery process will be very long because this psychological trauma and physical trauma will leave its marks. We know that they will need to complement dietary deficiencies, to come back to regular life, to do physical activities, social activities, and now it's the first step. And also because for them personally and also as a group, they cannot completely heal when their family members and friends and literally, for Yafa Adar, for example, her grandson is still in captivity. So she cannot lie, there is an event and it's over. No, the event is not over until everyone is home back safely. So that's very difficult for them and for the families. And I can also tell you that the other families are very happy for those who were returned, but are very, very concerned about their beloved who did not get the medical and psychological care they need right now. And we surely hope that the Red Cross will be received access to come to them and to treat them and to see how they are doing.
Yes, the Red Cross is something else. And you also mentioned one of the released hostages, Maya Regev, who was shot in her leg and will undergo surgery. But we can't elaborate on her private medical condition. But so many of the hostages are known to have pre-existing medical conditions. We're hearing about a third of them. Has there been any progress in getting medical needs, medicine and so on to the hostages through the Red Cross? I mean, has this
Well,
been
we don't
fully
know
explored?
exactly what is going on, and I mean, I understand why it must be, very sensitive issue, so maybe why it's not known to us or in the media. But as you said, more than one third need chronic medications, and many others need critical care for injuries. And all of them, I must say, all of them need to provide a sign of life for them to know what's going on in the outside world and for their families. And obviously they have nutritional deficiencies and all kind of illnesses. I know that some of the release told about gastroenteritis, etc. So obviously they have medical needs, and that's very concerning. That's a basic right, I must say. It's regardless of the agreement. According to Geneva Convention or according to basic morality, people should not be abducted from home, but in any case, they should be able to know where they are and that they are being treated. And the fact that it's not done, that's something that the entire world should raise the voice and demand from the Hamas not to break the basic rules of society, because this red line that is crossed is very, very bad for them and for other occasions. So I hope that the international community will continue the pressure on the Hamas to fulfill the most fundamental right, just to be able to provide sign of life for them, for the families.
That's totally true and very important. Hagai, one last question I'd like to ask. They will clearly need physical attention, but I would like to touch the psychological aspect. What will they need now in the coming weeks and months?
They will need professional, personal, and patient treatment for recovery by experts. It's very important to have continuity, not to replace, there are many different caretakers from many different disciplines, and this is important, the multidisciplinary approach. But in the end, for the psychological issues, they need one person that will be with them for whatever they need for a long time, and it's very personalized. I cannot say, what, there is no one size fits all. Of course, the children are different from the adults. It's very important the support of the families. So if they have, their beloved, to be in a supportive environment to regain trust and meaning in their life. I must say that the support they get from the wide public all around the world and from Israel is very important. And I saw the pictures of Oad Mundar, who is seeing, how they did the Rubik cube for him. He was really moved by that, and that helps. That helps to bring back the trust in other people. But the nights are not going to be easy, and there may be triggers, because when they hear about the news and when they hear regular news and we are still in war, that could trigger all kind of symptoms and memories. So we need to be with them, to understand their needs, and to do it slowly and see how we get them back to be active. Because in captivity, they were completely passive. They did not have a control over their life. Now we need to help them to facilitate being back, being humans. Because in the Hamas, they were object for Hamas, for terror, they were used. So now it's a process like maybe like a child that a process that you have to grow.
Yes, Professor Hagai Levine, thank you so much for joining us today, and much health to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.